What type of clients need to worry about death taxes?
The good news is that ever since 2010, from a death tax standpoint, we have had a federal exemption that was $5 million at that time, but it's indexed for inflation. I think the number this year is $5,340,000. So that's saying that every taxpayer has a $5.34 million estate tax exemption. So a married couple, that's over $10 million that they can have and pass to their beneficiaries with no estate tax. So there's very few clients that we have that have to worry about death taxes. The other concept about the federal death tax system, well, it's called estate tax system. Sometimes it makes more sense to refer to it as death tax so people understand a little better what you're talking about. But there's also a concept called portability, whereby the first spouse's exemption is portable to the surviving spouse. So, in prior days, we used to have to do some sophisticated tax planning to be able to take advantage of both exemptions, because when the first spouse died, their exemption died with them. Now there's a way to port that exemption to the surviving spouse without having done estate planning up front. So a lot of times folks don't have to worry too much about estate taxes. Of course, part of the problem is that if you're over the exemption, the rate is 45%. So it becomes very serious very quickly. The other caution I would have on death taxes is related to an answer to another question where I said that the government is going to be changing the law as time goes by, and it's harder and harder for us to, I was going to say meet the budget, but we're going to have deficits, but for the short term anyway. But the law might change, so you just need to keep, more than likely something like that would show up in the paper. But until that happens, most folks don't need to worry about death taxes. And actually for our clients, we send out periodic newsletters, and those types of developments would get into our newsletter.